The video game adaptation, directed by Emma Tammy, stars Josh Hutcherson, Matthew Lillard, and Elizabeth Lail. Five Nights at Freddy's is a surprise box office hit this Halloween. Despite industry projections estimating an opening weekend in the ballpark of $50 million, the horror film, directed by Emma Tammy, earned $80 million at the domestic box office, per Variety. Five Nights at Freddy's also became available to stream on Peacock on Friday, the same day it hit theaters. According to Variety, Five Nights at Freddy's had the second biggest opening weekend of all time for a video game adaptation, just behind the $146 million from the Super Mario Bros. Movie earlier this year. Additionally, the movie made for the biggest opening weekend for Halloween weekend. Puss in Boots previously held that record with its $34 million back in 2011, per Variety. In terms of 2023, Five Nights at Freddy's is the largest opening weekend for a horror movie, passing Scream VI's $44 million from March. Producer Jason Blum, also behind this year's horror offerings M3GAN and The Exorcist, Believer, posted on X that Five Nights at Freddy's marked his Studio Blumhouse's biggest opening of all time, and that it broke the record for biggest opening weekend for a horror film directed by a woman. The movie is an adaptation of the indie video game Five Nights at Freddy's, which grew a viral fan base online in recent years. Josh Hutcherson stars as a security guard who gets a job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and realizes the night shift can be deadly. Co-stars include Elizabeth Lail, Piper Rubio, Kat Connor Sterling, Mary Stuart Masterson, and Matthew Lillard. The animatronic characters were created by Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Blum wrote on X Sunday, "It's so fun when it works. Thank you all so much for being patient with us on #FNAF. We wanted to get it just right for the fans. That's all we were focused on. We appreciate you. Thank you for the amazing weekend." The film widened its box office potential by securing a PG-13 rating, a decision director Tammy defended in recent interviews given the video game source material's dark, gory subject matter. While the filmmakers knew that some of the fanbase would want an R-rated version of this film, she told Forbes, "I would say not to expect an R-rated version on this one. We're really happy with how the PG-13 tone landed. It felt like the right fit for this particular film," added Tammy. "We're sticking by it." Five Nights at Freddy's is now in theaters and on Peacock.